Hi, this is the business ethics presentation for the Snow College Business Club, presented to you by Thomas Anderson, John Nielsen, Kyler Campbell, and Alina Tullis. So the situation given to us involves a local grocery store chain by the name of Quick Shop, which is located near a large university campus. Now, the union representing the workers has voted to go on strike, and 75% of our employees have decided to join this strike. This strike has occurred due to the fact that we have reduced health insurance benefits because the corporate office has increased our cost per employee by $200 per month. So after a while, you can kind of see that begins to add up. And our original plan was to, as stated in the case, was to heavily recruit and advertise at the college campus to fill those positions that we're missing with college kids who are needing to pay for tuition and schooling and food and housing. One thing that we thought of as a solution was maybe just a temporary filler. Just have a couple college kids work just a week, just to help the store maintain its upkeep and to not overwork our employees. Our employees are also represented by the collective bargaining contract, which means that they can have one representative or multiple representatives represent them in a meeting with us to discuss a new term and a new deal to kind of figure things out. And that's what we want to do. Is we want to meet with these representatives and really get things figured out to help us and to help them as best as we can. So we would request that we would ask really nicely that our employees work until that meeting occurs. And when this meeting comes, it'll be scheduled so everyone knows when it's happening, and we'll have an agenda, and we'll just really kind of start and help figure things out and discuss new terms to come and what we expect and what they expect, and really just try and collaborate with one another to create a positive work environment.
Okay, so in negotiating with our employees, we want to make sure that we approach this situation with a mentality of not trying to lose a single one. Obviously, our employees are important to us, and their experience is valuable as well. We are put in this situation initially because our expenses per employee were too expensive, so we needed to have a cheaper healthcare program. But our employees are not in agreement with this, and 3/4 of them are supporting a strike now against our company. So we need to be able to reduce these healthcare benefits and the costs, and also make our employees happy at the same time. So hiring college students may be unethical if you are replacing these employees, but if we figure that the negotiating can take some time, and you need to survive as a business and be able to fill these positions while these employees are away. So to have these college students come in and fill these positions temporarily is a good idea, and providing them with the knowledge that they're not going to stick around for a long time, as in they're just filling in temporarily. So after an agreement is made between the business and the strike, we need to give the employees the opportunity and the chance to get their jobs back. But if they are not in agreement with it, or if some are not in agreement with it, then we have to make the decision to either lay them off and hire the college students full time, or we will need to or we'll have to come up with a better compromise between the business and the strike. So this article doesn't actually mention their specific demands, so we can't come up with a solid counteroffer. And we need to be able to come up with a good way to provide this strike and be able to communicate our negotiations and our compromise effectively between us and this strike. So after this strike, after this compromise is given to these strike members, they are able to make a choice, and we'll either have to lay them off, and if they aren't in agreement to return, then we will either negotiate further, or lay them off, I guess. So I think this is probably the best solution that we can come up with this time. Obviously, not being able to have their specific demands is not helping us come up with the best solution, but figuring out how to temporarily come up with a solution and planning for that is probably the best way we can fight this problem. So, thank you.
So after the employees decide whether they want to stay or go, after we define our conditions, we're going to have college students come and fill the gaps of the employees that we expect to leave. And this will do good for 3 main reasons. And it'll give our previous workers, it'll allow them the opportunity to stay if they would like, according to the conditions that we negotiate. It would also give these new college students an opportunity for a job while they're going through school. And the last part is it would make negotiating a lot easier after we come to these terms. It'd be a lot easier for the employees to know whether they need to stay or need to go. And so another part is, why is it unethical to hire college students over our past employees? And the main reason that's unethical, there are a couple reasons, but the main reason is these employees have worked for us for a long time, and so they put a lot into our company, and so it would be very unethical of us to let them go and hire cheaper college students to come in. And these past employees are more likely to have kids and have a family to support than these college students. So these college students are usually independent, whereas the employees that worked for us in the past most likely have a family to support, so that's very important. And the last part was just, these employees have put in effort and they have done the training necessary already for the job, and so they put in all this work already. So if we have if we put in employees, not only is it going to be more expensive because you have to train them again, but it will be unethical because these past employees have put in all the work and they obviously want the job, but that's why we give them this choice to whether they want to stay or whether they want to go, because they put in the work necessary and they deserve this job if they want it.
In conclusion, we believe that the most ethical thing to do in this situation is to temporarily hire some filler college student workers, let them know up front that it's going to be a temporary position. Hopefully it'll give them a little bit of extra money for while they're in college, and it'll give us some time to negotiate with our current employees on strike about what the best policy that we could use would be for them and for us, and come to an agreement that is mutually beneficial. We hope to retain as many of our former employees as we are able, but we understand that with this kind of situation that probably not everyone will be happy with the decision, and some will need to part ways with us, and we understand that, but we hope to come to an agreement that will help us retain all, or if not all, then most of our former employees, so that they can continue to work with us and that we'll be able to continue to stay above the bottom line. And if need be, we will hire on some of the college students full-time or part-time, depending on the need. Thank you.